I will now present the abstract of our study. Our study focused on cybersecurity knowledge among Slovenian decision makers, specifically examining how well they understand cybersecurity principles. We gathered data from a sample of 282 experts, which includes both IT and IS leaders and non-technical decision makers. This study explored key factors that influence cybersecurity knowledge. These include both organizational factors, such as the use of technology in firms, and individual factors like age, gender, and IT expertise. In terms of findings, we observed that firms with more advanced security systems tend to have decision makers with higher cybersecurity knowledge. However, there are two criticisms of the study. First, the measurement of cybersecurity awareness was quite binary, which may oversimplify the concept. Second, the study is limited to Slovenia, so its finding may not be generalized to other countries or culture. Despite this limitation, the study contribution is significant. It can help in designing targeted cybersecurity awareness programs for leadership, particularly in technical roles where such knowledge is essential.
In this section, I'll be presenting the background of our study on cybersecurity awareness among decision makers. As the digital landscape continues to evolve, cybersecurity has become a critical part of business risk management. These days, cyber threats like ransomware, phishing, and DDoS attacks are increasing in numbers, and this threat can severely damage an organization's finances, reputation, and operation. While many studies has explored how human behavior, such as falling for phishing or insider threats, affect cybersecurity, they often focus on regular employees or IT staff. Surprisingly, very little research has been done on the people who actually make cybersecurity decisions at the top levels, such as CEOs, CIOs, and department heads. These decision makers are responsible for approving security investment and adopting key technologies like Security Operations Center, endpoint detection system like EDR and XDR, and multi-factor authentication. They also shape the security culture of organization. However, past studies show that many of these leaders, especially those without technical background, may not fully understand the risks or the tool available to manage them. The challenge is made worse by how fast the technology changes and how complex the threats have become. Yet, we still lack real-world data that tell us exactly which threat and solution decision makers are aware or unaware of. We also don't fully understand how factors like job role, age, gender, or IT experience affect this awareness. So to address this, the study investigated the cybersecurity awareness of 283 decision makers in Slovenia across different industry and company sizes. We explore whether awareness is linked to the adoption of advanced cybersecurity tools and how personal or organizational factors play a role. Ultimately, this research helps us understand the current gap and how to better support leaders with the knowledge they need to build secure, resilient organization, because in today's world, cybersecurity leadership is not a luxury but a necessity.
Research question. Cybersecurity awareness among decision makers is critical yet understanding. Today, we will explore groundbreaking research by Vrovac and Marcus 2024 that address this gap through three key questions. First, are there awareness differences based on anti-malware adoption? Second, building on this, do organizational factors influence awareness? Finally, how do personal characteristics shape understanding? This question guide our entire investigation. Next is methodology. To answer this question, the study surveyed 283 Slovenian decision makers across IT and business roles. Here is how the study approached it. Starting with the measurement, the study assessed threat and solution awareness using a validated 4-point scale. For robust analysis, the study employed both parametric like t-test and non-parametric tests like Kruskal-Wallis. Notably, the study simplified the data binary categories that trading nuance for clearer patterns. Crucially, all analyses were conducted in R with rigorous reliability checks like alpha is greater than 0.87. Lastly, two key limitations to note. Binary category may hide nuance in awareness levels, and single-time data prevents proving a cause-effect relationship.
Okay, now let's move on to the key findings from our study on cybersecurity awareness. First table show us the awareness of cyber threats by security group. We compare awareness across three groups based on the type of anti-malware solution used, which is advanced EDR or XDR, standard anti-malware, and no anti-malware. Organizations with no anti-malware tools consistently show lower awareness, particularly for threats like industrial espionage, botnets, and phishing. The highest awareness of DDoS attack, was observed among those using advanced EDR or SDR solution. This suggests a potential link between the use of sophisticated security tools and increased awareness, although we cannot confirm a direct cause and effect relationship. Second, we move to the table which is show us the awareness by role. We assess awareness based on organizational rules comparing ITIS executive, non-ITIS executive, and non-executive staff. The most significant gap was found in awareness of industrial espionage, where non-ITIS executives were less aware than their counterparts. This is concerning because these executives often make a strategic decision, yet may lack the technical knowledge to assess cyber risk properly. This finding underlines the need for cross-functional training, ensuring the leaders outside IT roles also receive targeted cybersecurity education. Last table, we compare and analyze by gender. We analyze awareness difference between the male and female respondent. Males show significantly higher awareness across most cyber threats, including the data loss, DDoS attack, botnet, phishing, and internet fraud. While both gender demonstrate generally high awareness, the gap remains consistent. This points to a potential imbalance in training opportunities, exposure, or involvement in cybersecurity initiative. Moving forward, we recommend the Gender Inclusive Awareness Program with an emphasis on equal opportunities for training and leadership roles in cybersecurity. In conclusion, our finding reveals that cybersecurity awareness is influenced by technical tools, organizational rules, and gender. To build a truly cyber resilient environment, we must address all three dimensions through targeted training, inclusive policies, and strategic investment in security tools.
Let's delve into the study's hypothesis and how it builds on prior research. The central focus of this paper is to investigate cybersecurity awareness among decision makers and identify the factors influencing this awareness. Specifically, the authors address two primary research questions. First, research question 1 examines whether the adoption of advanced anti-malware solutions such as EDR, SDR, or SOCs correlates with higher cybersecurity awareness among decision makers. Second, research question 2 explores how organizational factors like role type and company size and individual characteristics such as gender, age, and IT experience impact awareness levels. This research is particularly significant because it fills a critical gap in the literature. While most studies focus on end users or IT staff, this paper highlights the strategic role of decision makers, executives, and leaders who shape cybersecurity policies, budgets, and organizational culture. Their awareness directly impacts how effectively an organization can mitigate cyber risk. The authors provide a comprehensive literature review, citing studies on phishing, social engineering, and SOC operations. They also acknowledge conflicting findings in prior research, which strengthens the justification for their study. For instance, while some studies suggest widespread gaps in decision makers' awareness, others report mixed results. By addressing these inconsistencies, this paper offers much needed clarity and sets the stage for targeted intervention. Now, let's evaluate the methodology used in this study. The research employs a cross-sectional survey design, collecting data from 283 Slovenian decision makers across IT, IS roles, non-IT executives, and department heads. This diverse sampling strategy is a key strength, as it captures perspective from different organizational levels and functional backgrounds, not just IT specialists. Data collection was rigorous. The team secured article approval, obtained informed consent, and screened responses to ensure quality. The survey measured awareness of threats like ransomware and phishing, and solutions such as SOCs and VPNs using a 4-point ordinal scale. However, the authors later dichotomized these responses into aware and unaware categories to simplify analysis. While this improves interpretability, it risks oversimplifying nuance differences in awareness levels. For example, grouping somewhat familiar with very familiar may mask important variations in expertise. Statistical analysis was robust, employing both parametric and non-parametric tests such as Kruskal-Wallis and t-tests to compare groups. The high COMBranch alpha scores above 0.87 confirm the reliability of the constructs. However, there are limitations. The use of single-item measures for threats and solutions may not fully capture the depth of awareness.
Additionally, the study's focus on Slovenia limits its generalizability to other cultural contexts. Despite these constraints, the methodology provides a solid foundation for the study's insights.
I will start presenting about result and interpretation of the studies. General appraisal. The result of the study are thoroughly explained, supported by clear statistical evidence and comprehensive tables. A particularly concerning finding was that many decision makers still lack basic awareness of the key cyber threats and solutions. Now for the key findings, 25% were unaware of phishing and industrial espionage, and 33% did not know about botnets and DDoS attacks. These are among most common cybersecurity threats today, is highlighted by ENISA. Even more striking, this is alarming because decision makers are described as the major enablers of cybersecurity within businesses. Their lack of knowledge directly impact how well they can make informed decisions about cybersecurity policies investment. For first, RQ1, Ultimaware adoption. The study showed a positive correlation between the use of advanced Ultimaware solution, awareness of threats and defenses. However, the author emphasized that we should not jump to conclusion about causality. They clearly stated that it's uncertain whether awareness led to better adoption or the other way around. This interpretation is example of proper scientific rigor as it avoids overgeneralizing the relationship. RQ2A, organizational role, is executive consistently has the lowest level of awareness, especially regarding industrial experience and critical solution. Interestingly, organization size had no effect on cybersecurity awareness, which goes against some past research. The authors explained that this might be because their sample included a wide range of roles and background, reducing the influence of company size alone. RQ2B, individual factor. Several individual categories were examined, like gender. Males were significantly more aware of multiple threats and solutions than females. Age slightly positively correlated with awareness. Education levels, surprisingly, it had no significant effect on cybersecurity awareness. IT experience, was the strongest personal factor. It correlated with awareness about 2 to 3 of all threats and solutions. Conclusion, in summary, the results are well supported by evidence, thoughtfully interpreted, and clearly connected to prior research and ongoing debates in the cybersecurity.
Let's now move on to the conclusion of the study. First, this study highlights that low cybersecurity awareness is common among non-IT leaders. Many decision makers outside of IT roles do not have sufficient knowledge about cybersecurity risks and practice. Secondly, we found that technology boosts knowledge. Leaders working in organizations that use advanced cybersecurity tools like EDR and SOC tends to have a better awareness and understanding of cyber risks. Another important finding is that a gender gap exists. Male executives show higher cybersecurity awareness compared to their female peers, which suggests the need for more inclusive training approach. Finally, there is a clear need for tailored training. Cybersecurity awareness programs should be customized, especially for non-technical leaders and underrepresented groups in leadership. Overall, the study offers valuable insight into the factors that influence cybersecurity awareness. However, we must acknowledge the cultural limitation of the study and its use of binary measurement methods, which may reduce generalizability. Looking ahead, cross-cultural research is crucial to expand our understanding globally, and ultimately, strengthening leadership knowledge is essential for improving cybersecurity risk management across all the sectors. That's all from us. Thank you.